The night. Thunder split the sky over Pride Rock. Two brothers stood facing each other, not as family, but as enemies. And as lightning lit their eyes with fire, Mufasa realized the truth too late. The greatest war of the Pride Lands would not be fought against strangers, but against the brother he once loved, Scar, and the kingdom would never be the same again. The wind howled like a warning. Herds ran, birds vanished, even the stars hid behind clouds, afraid of what was coming. Mufasa stood tall on Pride Rock, mane burning gold in the lightning, heart heavy with memories. He remembered cubhood laughter, shared hunts, whispered dreams of protecting the land together. He remembered Scar's smile before jealousy turned it into something sharp and cold. Scar stepped forward slowly, shadows wrapping around him like armor. "Brother," he said softly, but his voice carried poison. "You were always stronger, always loved, always chosen. Tonight, we see if strength is enough." Mufasa shook his head. "This is madness. We are family." Scar's eyes flashed. "Family does not steal crowns." The words struck like claws. Around lions loyal to each brother gathered, unsure, frightened. The Pride Lands felt divided, cracked like dry earth before a storm. From below, young Simba watched with wide eyes, too young to understand everything but old enough to feel fear. The cub trembled, sensing that whatever happened tonight would shape his destiny forever. Mufasa stepped closer. "I never wanted to hurt you. The crown is not power. It is duty." Scar laughed bitterly. Easy words from the lion who wears it. Lightning roared. The war began. Lions clashed across the cliffs. Dust filled the air. Roars echoed like thunder. Brothers fought brothers, friends fought friends, because one heart filled with envy had turned love into fire. Mufasa tried not to hurt anyone. He pushed attackers back without striking to kill. He roared to stop the madness. But Scar fought without mercy, driven by years of bitterness, every wound in his pride fueling his rage. They met in the center of Pride Rock, claws striking stone, eyes locked. Every move carried memories. Every blow carried pain. "Why didn't you trust me?" Scar shouted. "Why didn't you trust yourself?" Mufasa answered. Scar leapt. Mufasa blocked. Sparks flew. The storm screamed around them. "Below!" Simba cried out. His small voice broke through the chaos. Mufasa hesitated for a heartbeat, and Scar saw his chance. He struck hard, knocking Mufasa to the edge. The kingdom held its breath. Mufasa pulled himself up, refusing to fall. "It's not too late," he said. "Come back." Scar's face twisted. Versect. Doubt flickered. For a second, the brother inside him fought to return. Then jealousy crushed it. "It's always too late," Scar whispered. They fought again, harder, faster, desperate. The Pride Lands shook. Rain began to fall, mixing with tears and dust. Finally, the storm broke. Scar flared into the darkness. His army scattered. The battle ended, but the kingdom did not celebrate. Too many hearts were broken. Too much trust was gone. Mufasa stood alone in the rain, looking over his land, knowing the truth. Wars between strangers end with victory, but wars between brothers leave scars that never fade. He looked down at Simba, who ran into his paws crying. Mufasa held him close and whispered, "Remember this night. Power without love destroys everything." But far away, Scar watched from the shadows, eyes burning, plotting revenge, promising himself that the next war would not end with escape. It would end with a fall that would break the kingdom forever. Sun rose over the Pride Lands, but the warmth could not touch the hearts left cold by the night. Scar had vanished into the shadows, yet the echoes of his treachery lingered like a poison in the air. Mufasa walked through the charred plains and overturned rocks, each step heavy with the weight of what had happened. Simba, still trembling, followed closely. "Father, will Scar come back?" he asked, voice small but full of fear. "And if he does, we must be ready." Their eyes were wide, filled with questions, but their trust in Mufasa did not waver. Yet the scars ran deeper than flesh. They ran into the heart of every lion who had witnessed the war between brothers. In the days that followed, Mufasa worked tirelessly to rebuild both the land and the Pride spirit. Waterholes were cleared, territories reassessed, and the Pride lands slowly returned to life. Yet, each time he looked toward the horizon, where Scar had disappeared, Mufasa felt the unease gnawing at his chest. The shadow of betrayal never fully left, and he knew it was only a matter of time before Scar would strike again. One night, under the pale moonlight, a whisper of movement reached Mufasa's ears. He followed it to the ridge where he had first confronted his brother. There, in the darkness, two glowing eyes reflected the moon. Scar, his mane ragged, his eyes wild, a grin that was all malice. "Brother," he hissed, voice low but sharp as a claw. "You may have survived the night, but the Pride lands will not forget the fear I brought." Mufasa stepped forward, calm but resolute. "Fear alone does not make a king," he said. "Strength without honor is nothing." Scar laughed bitterly. "You always did love your words more than your brother." The storm rolled in, again not of rain, but of tension. The air itself seemed charged with the history of two lions bound by blood and broken by ambition. Scar lunged faster than ever, a shadow striking at the golden mane that had always outshone him. Mufasa met him with equal speed and precision. Every blow was more than physical, it was a clash of ideals, of loyalty versus envy, love versus hatred. Below them, the Pride lands watched in silent terror. Even the bravest lions understood this was more than a fight. It was the battle that would define the kingdom's soul. Mufasa's roar split the night sky, not in anger, but in resolve. "I will not let you destroy what we have built. Scar, not now. Not ever." Scar's eyes burned, darkness coiling around him. "Then you will fall," he spat. They fought through the night, claws tearing stone, roars shaking the plains, and for a time it seemed that neither would yield. Yet Mufasa's heart guided him. Not just strength of body, but clarity of purpose. He remembered every lesson of leadership, every principle of mercy, every reason he loved his kingdom more than his own pride of power. Finally, as the first rays of dawn lit Pride Rock in gold, Mufasa saw the opening he had been waiting for. Scar overextended, driven by rage and obsession. With a decisive leap, Mufasa pinned Scar to the edge of the cliff. The wind howled, claws scraped stone. But Mufasa's eyes burned with certainty. "It ends now, Scar," he said. Scar, cornered, hissed and spat venomous words, but he could not move. The storm broke in a flash of lightning, illuminating both lions in a moment of truth. With one final roar, Mufasa forced Scar back. The exiled lion tumbled into the shadows below, a scream swallowed by the cliffs. Silence fell over the Pride lands. The wind calmed. The first golden light bathed the kingdom in warmth. Mufasa stood on Pride Rock, mane wet from rain and sweat, chest heaving. Around him, lions' cubs, and the remaining Pride emerged cautiously, eyes wide, but hope glimmered. The kingdom had survived, but the lesson was carved into every heart. The greatest enemy is not always a stranger. Sometimes it is the betrayal of someone you love. Mufasa nuzzled him. "No, Simba. Together we saved the Pride lands, and we will continue to protect it, no matter what shadows come." The Pride lands stretched below, alive again, bathed in light. Yet the memory of the war lingered as a warning. Courage and unity were stronger than envy, fear, or betrayal. And as the sun rose higher, painting the plains gold, but by the battles, he survives within his own heart, and then the Pride lands would never fall again.